Very good. All right, guys, thanks for coming out. In a few moments, you're going to hear from Captain Mark Bergman. He's the commanding officer of the Special Victims Unit. He's going to give a briefing on the sexual assault that occurred on the 25th of January at 1500 JFK Boulevard inside what we call Love Park. I will advise you in advance that there are some granular level details about the investigation that he will not be able to address. Because as you are aware, the arrest was made last night, so now we are in the early stages of what is now the prosecution phase, and we want to make sure that we don't jeopardize a successful prosecution. But we'll do our best here. If you would allow, give Captain Bergman an opportunity to give you a summary and then hold your questions till after that, and he'll be happy to try to answer as many as we can. All right? Captain Bergman.
Good morning. Yeah, as the inspector said, I'm happy to announce that we have an arrest in the rape that occurred inside Love Park on January 25th, after a very intense investigation that we coordinated with the FBI and SEPTA police. We were able to develop a suspect based off tips that the public had responded to the media coverage of this with. As a result, we developed a lot of information on our suspect, and last night, yesterday evening, we were able to present an affidavit of arrest to the District Attorney's Office, which they approved. Last night at approximately 8 p.m., we were able to take this male into custody inside of his residence. He's identified as Quindell Campbell. He's a 23-year-old black male from 5216 North Howard Street. As the inspector said, there is going to be an ongoing prosecution on this, so I don't want to jeopardize that at all. So I'm limited on some of the things I can tell you. I'll do my best if you have any questions to answer them. If I can't, I just can't. So.
Do you believe that he has tried to change his appearance? It appeared that the video we saw, he had dreadlocks. He no longer does as much.
Yeah, there's no doubt that the offender did indeed alter his appearance. During the investigation, we were able to develop evidence, pretty positive evidence, that he did in fact possess the clothing that was worn by our offender, and he did in fact have the same type of hairstyle exactly as our offender. His appearance is now altered.
He's just been living and working in the community this whole time.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
He's just been living and working in the community this whole time. He commits this act and then just goes back home, living his life.
Yes, yes, that would be correct. Yeah, he's been here both before and afterwards, and it seemed like it was unaffected.
And how old is he, and what are the charges he faces?
He's 23 years old. He's facing, I'll give you the exact charge if you want. He's now charged with aggravated assault, rape, involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, sexual assault, indecent assault, simple assault, and recklessly endangering another person.
What do we know about him? What does he do for a living? Does he have a family? Has he been on your radar before, or is this just a guy who decided?
He has not been on our radar. He has no prior arrest. I believe he lives with his mother at that location. Past that, we're not aware of any family that he has. I'm not aware of any job that he actually has.
So he went from no criminal record, doing nothing, to just going out and randomly raping a woman?
He went from not having a record to going out and randomly raping a woman, yes, that's correct.
You said, where was he arrested again?
He was arrested at his residence last night, about 8 o'clock. That's 5216 North Howard Street.
Do you believe this was a random encounter? Was there any kind of, did the two know each other at all?
They did not know each other at all. Not one bit did they know each other.
If you want to mention SEPTA and FBI.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't know each other at all. We believe, based off the video evidence that we recovered, that he did follow her at least for some period of time. Based off, we started at the center where the rape actually occurred. We worked our way out and scoured the area for video. We recovered a lot of video, which allowed us to track his movements. So we tracked his movements from about 11 o'clock Friday night until about 6 o'clock Saturday morning. And we saw that he was pretty much walking around the whole area there. So we believe he's probably looking for a victim. The video that we did recover closest to the actual rape itself showed that he did follow her. And when she got into the middle of Love Park, he attacked her.
And after that occurred, were you able to track him after that, after the subway
We did. We did track him afterward, and then we lost him at a certain point in time. We're still working on that now. I can't divulge it, but we believe we may know how he got away, but we're still working on that now.
And with that follow-up, normal course of action, you say it kind of looks like he was looking for a victim when you saw him walking around. Would that be the typical situation?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I did want to point out, though, I don't want to forget at all, the hard work that was done by the investigators of special victims, along with all the work from SEPTA Police Department and the FBI. You know, they were instrumental in us bringing this job in with all the work that they did. So I'd be remiss if I did not point that out.
And did you cover his injuries also, because I guess when he fell, it looked like he was in a big league, reported that. Do you know if he did break his leg or anything like that?
When we took him into custody, we did observe what could be an injury possibly related to that, but we're not sure.
These kinds of stranger random attacks are very, very rare. How do we go from him just doing whatever he's doing to being out there looking for a victim?
I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is that we're taking a good look at him and seeing if there's any other jobs that match him, both in the area where he lives and Center City. We did go back immediately and look for any other jobs matching this MO in the area of Center City. We really couldn't find any at all. But we are going to look citywide now and see, because he had the ability to get around the city.
Was last night your first contact with him, or have you gone to question him earlier this week?
No, it's not our first contact. We've had contact with him previously since the rape, and we've been out to his house since
Because
that
of
rape.
this case?
Because of this case. We executed a search warrant at his house this previous Saturday. We did recover evidence from his house. There's a lot of evidence we did recover. I really can't go into it with that pretty much.
Those tips then gave you enough to kind of zero
Tips.
in the beginning to work this investigation?
Yes, we got a tremendous amount of tips from the covers, a tremendous amount. Not all of them panned out, not all of them were fruitful, but we got a significant amount naming him. And we were able to develop him as a pretty good suspect early on. As a result of that, it led to the probable cause.
There's about 5 hours of security tape you were able to track backwards, is that right?
We tracked a whole lot more than that. You know, like I said, we worked our way out from the center of where the rape actually occurred. We just kept working our way out further and further to see if we could get him on camera anywhere. We did. We got him on a lot of video. We got him on SEPTA. We got him on commercial establishments down there. You know, so we tracked his movements, you know, that night, on Friday night and Saturday.
This was all in Center City?
All in Center City, yes.
Where is he now?
He's probably still at 8th and Race. I know he was held on, he's charged officially now, and he was held on $500,000 bail.
And then will he be going anywhere else? Will he be going over to the DA's office, or will he be going to?
He should be going up to State Road.
Is it believed he didn't ride the SEPTA with her? He was just roaming the area? And
Yeah, we have no evidence, and we reviewed that video. SEPTA reviewed that for us. No evidence that he followed her on SEPTA at all from where she came from.
And one more thing, sorry. You said Friday. You also had the surveillance footage from Friday, and this occurred on Saturday?
Yeah, well, it was Saturday morning at approximately 5:20 a.m. We kept going backwards, and at about 11 o'clock, we see him frequenting another area, another establishments, which I really can't go into. But
In the video you observed, was there other women in the park at the time? And did he just attack this one woman, or was she the first one to pop into the park when he was apparently looking for
when we saw him following her into the park, there was no one else in the park. She was the only one actually going through the park. And you could clearly see he'd been following her. Other video that we had recovered, you could see, maybe it's coincidence, I don't know, but he was behind other women, walking behind them. So maybe he was looking at them also, I don't know.
There was another attack north of the city, north of Center City in Fishtown. Do you think this is the same guy who was connected to that harassment?
Can't tell you at this point in time, but we're all looking at any job that matches this. We're looking at now that we have him in custody, and we were looking at it anyhow for similarities. But we're going to take a good hard look at all those jobs and compare them to him. We're also going to now have he's never been arrested before. His DNA will now be on file, so we'll compare it to other previous jobs that have DNA also.
Was that the piece that allowed you to make that arrest? That's the big piece that allowed you to make that arrest last night, was you were waiting on DNA?
No, I can't comment on that at all.
All right, guys, thanks a lot.
Are you able to give us an update on this issue on 24th and Federal?
Not yet. I started talking to our campus about that yet.
Okay, thank you.
But whenever